I'm just getting a little misty.
Are you all right?
No, I will be.
First of all, I don't mean to cry, but thank you so much.
Could just constant tears ruin a relationship? It's the 194 Morning Playhouse. Now, before we get into this mailbag situation, do you think well, maybe he doesn't, I just don't know. If Steven routinely cried, like often, happy tears, sad tears, just because tears, would you struggle with that?
I don't know. He's showing his emotions. I almost would like that. I think I may have seen him cry like once. It's when his grandma died.
So usually it's like, if this is happening, it's something bad's happened.
Yeah.
Did he cry when he first saw you in your wedding dress?
No, we literally lived together and have a kid, so we got ready in the same place.
Oh.
But I did always want that. So
I should go back and watch the video because it happened here in our studio. I wonder if he cried when you said yes when he proposed. I don't think so. I don't think he even looked misty.
I don't think so. I think he did look a little misty when I got him a cameo from one of the Survivor players. He was really touched by that. That might have been the best gift I've ever given him.
All right, I'm going to go cry. I don't know, watch my video alone. What am I going to go do?
He couldn't believe it.
Well, Aaliyah brings this to the Playhouse family today. She says, I've been seeing a guy for a couple of months, and honestly, things have been great. He's kind, he's thoughtful. He is a crier. Not in the he cries during sad movies kind of way, but he tears up over compliments. He has cried after we've made love. He's cried when he's talked about work. And it is just constant. I don't know if I've cried in the 7 months we've been together, but I've seen him cry at least once a week. I talked to him about it, and he says, I'm just very comfortable with my emotions. I hope you can be too, but it just is kind of off-putting. Would this be something other women could tolerate?
I am all for showing your emotions. I think that's great. I think men normally don't. But crying once a week is a lot. Like, let's flip genders, because I know that's what people are going to say. If I was crying once a week and it's not like my period or I'm pregnant and my hormones are all out of whack, if I'm crying once a week, Stephen would be like, what's going on now?
Are you okay?
Yes.
What's happening? Yeah, I mean, any of that stuff, it hits different when it happens irregularly. When somebody's like breaking down and you don't hardly ever see that, you're like, oh my God, what's wrong? When it's all the time, even if something really is wrong, it's like, oh, look at this. So-and-so's crying again. Once a week seems a little steep for me. It almost makes me wonder if there's more going on with him than you understand.
That's what I'm wondering, because yes, you can show your emotions, definitely. And if there is something that's moving you, but once a week is so much. And sometimes you just got to let out that good cry, watch a sad movie. But constantly, it's like, what is happening?
On the surface, I really want to be very supportive of your love story because I would agree with something, basically what you're saying. I don't know if us men get enough ability in this world to share our emotions. We keep them bottled up. It'd be nice if we could all open up a little bit more. Maybe the world would be a better place. That being said, you may bottle that up just a little bit.
Someone pointed out that maybe when he's crying, you could ask him, what do you need from me? Because is he just letting out the tears and he doesn't really need anything? I'm not sure.
Can I just turn up the TV?
Okay, let's not do that one.
Could you date the crier? He's crying about once a week.
There's only a few occasions in life where it's acceptable for grown-up men to cry. If somebody dies, if your baby gets born, or kicked in the nuts, I'll give you those. So stop being a crybaby.
So it's too much for you. You couldn't handle the once-a-week cry.
Someone said, I've been married for 10 years, and let me tell you something. You want a man who cries. My husband cried when our kids were born, when his dad died, and when he was really proud of our daughter this one time. Those are some of the moments I loved him most. If a guy crying over a compliment is something that bothers you, you need to think. Maybe he's just someone who feels things deeply. It's not a flaw. That's probably the exact reason he's going to be a caring partner.
So whether it's because he's happy, he's sad, something at work, being with her, making him happy, whatever the case might be, he's crying about once a week. And she's like, would that be something most women can tolerate? Because she's a little taken aback by just how often it is. 237, it's text. You could call, obviously. But then also your experience. Have you dated that guy before? Have you ever dated a really emotional guy?
No, not really. I think I've only seen Steven cry once or twice. And even growing up, my dad, I think he only cried once when my grandma died. His mom died.
So this would be a very foreign thing to you. If you were seeing this, you'd be like, what is happening?
I mean, yes, I've seen men cry before, but I think once a week would be a little, whoa, what's happening?
just glad that you've never noticed all my feelings.
If I was even crying once a week, wouldn't you be like, what's happening? I think there was a point in my life where that may have happened. Is he crying because he's overwhelmed at work every single week? Then maybe he needs to make some changes in his life if his work life is that stressful. If he's tearing up because you tell him he's handsome, that's completely different. I think she needs to figure out what's triggering the crying before deciding whether it's a problem.
Maybe he just truly likes you that much. That's been kind of complimentary, huh?
Someone said, I am this guy. I cry at commercials. I cry when someone gives me compliments. I cry at the end of TV shows. My husband knows this about me and just hands me a tissue. Some people are just criers. It doesn't mean I'm sad all the time. It means my emotions come out through tears. Maybe this guy is the same way.
Could you see the crier? Would you be okay with that?
You know what? I'm sick of this. I can't hear anything more about this. Women are always talking about how they want a guy who's sensitive and in touch with his feminine side. And once they get one, they turn their back immediately and reach out like, oh, what do I do? The guy cries. You've got what you want. You know what? It might be the girl who needs to figure out what it is that she actually wants. This isn't the guy's problem.
Okay, so you don't think this is his issue whatsoever. You know, he just is who he is. And I don't think he should change that. You are who you are. But I do think you need to be with somebody that is either that in touch with their emotions also or supportive of you being that. And I don't think it's her. She didn't seem like the right fit for him.
Someone did say, I feel like we need to flip this around. Imagine a guy saying my girlfriend cries once a week. I find it off-putting. How do I stop her? Everyone would immediately tell him she's allowed to have emotions. So I think the same should apply here. Men suddenly don't become less masculine because they cry. If anything, I'm glad we're getting to a place where guys don't feel like they have to hide every emotion. And that's what I said right away. If we flipped it, how would we feel? But I also think if I was crying once a week, that would be an issue too. Like, what is going on in your life? Do you need to talk to someone? Why are you so full of emotions?
It's a lot of crying.
What is going on?
Yeah, now and then is one thing, whether happy, sad, just overwhelmed with emotion. Okay, once a week is pretty often. That's a regular cry. And I do think there are some people that find it very therapeutic just to let it out.
Yeah, I think every now and then you need a good cry, whether it's listening to sad music, watching a sad movie, you just let it out.
But correct me if I'm wrong, that's usually a solo activity, isn't
Yes.
it? Like you're alone in your room or you're taking a drive maybe.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed the person, like a car like next to you or something at a stoplight and the person's clearly like bawling? It is like you don't know, like I don't want to look, but I are you okay? I would roll down the window and be like, you good?
You want to reach out to them?